We all know him, our favorite Overwatch gorilla, Harambe. I mean Winston. I mean, honestly, Blizzard, you need to just change his name to Harambe already.
I got my city doing front flips. When every father mayor rapper jump ship. I guess that's why they
Definitely switched
Is Winston too weak?
Oh, we have a Winston. Okay.
I will say this, he can't solo tank. He definitely can't be used as your only primary tank like a Reinhardt or a Zarya can. This is mainly because after his barrier goes down, he is way too squishy to be a tank. He just doesn't do enough damage to survive on his own. Well, that's not what a tank's job is supposed to be anyway. His team is supposed to be behind him, helping him. But I mean, come on. If you're Winston and your bubble goes down and they focus fire you, you're going to go really quick. Winston is best utilized in a dive composition where he can just jump to an enemy backline, put his bubble down, Zarya can shield him as well, and you could just take out the supports. Well, it's easier said than done because if they focus fire you and the bubble goes away and Zarya's shield goes down, then you're gonna go really fast. His health, his armor isn't enough to keep him alive. I mean, especially if they have a Reaper or a high DPS, you're gonna go fairly quickly. Now his jump pack ability can be very useful. If you're in trouble, your jump back can get you out of a lot of situations. I like using Winston. I mean, it's really satisfying when an enemy Genji is just slicing up your team and you switch to Winston and just stick on him and watch him just suffer, try to get away. But if you utilize your jump pack, he can't get away because you could follow him. Same with a Tracer or any squishy target like McCree that can't get away fast. A good Winston can really ruin your day because his damage isn't a lot, but it's really annoying because it's always just like picking away at your health bar. And if you're a Genji or a Tracer, there's like no way you can get away from him, and there's no way you can out DPS him, just because he's a fucking gorilla. Well, you might ask yourself, well, if you're thinking so highly of him, then why does he need a goddamn buff? I mean, you're talking all this shit about him, praising him and shit. Okay, hold on. The problem with Winston is that he's just way too easily countered. I mean, if you put a Reaper on him while he's chasing the Genji or whatever, Reaper can kill Winston in like less than 5 seconds. You put him like right next to him, he's gonna kill Winston every single time. Also, if you just focus fire the Winston, he doesn't have enough damage to get himself out of sticky situations. I mean, he can jump pack away, but he's gonna be at generally low health. And if you just focus fire him while he jumps in, you could take care of him much easier. His Tesla cannon does very little damage, and I think that needs to be buffed a little bit just because he's a tank, and I think tanks should be able to deal a high amount of damage. Also, his shield goes away in 5 seconds if not shot down. The shield can absorb 500 damage, and I think that's way too low because Reinhardt's shield it takes 2,000 damage, and it recharges itself if you're not holding out. So I'm just gonna spitball ideas of what kind of buffs Winston can get, and you guys tell me in the comments what you think of them, and also put some in yourself. Number 1, his shield needs to take more damage, meaning it only takes 500 damage now. I think they need to buff that to 1,000, just because you can blast through the shield pretty easily. If you just shoot at the shield, it's gone in a matter of seconds. I think it needs to be buffed to maybe 1,000, but also I don't want it to go away after 5 seconds. I want it to be like Reinhardt's shield where it's always there until somebody breaks it. He has a shield that only takes 500 damage anyway, and then you're gonna say that it only lasts for 5 seconds. I mean, Blizzard, you're like asking us to fucking hate this character. If the shield is at 1,000 health and doesn't have a time limit on it, then it could be used for a lot better protection of your team, because as of right now, you put the shield down and they shoot at it and it's gone. I mean, it doesn't seem fair when Reinhardt gets 2,000 health on his shield and it recharges as soon as he puts it down. I think Winston's shield definitely needs to be buffed. Number 2. Alright, while I don't think that Winston's damage needs to be buffed, I think that he needs some type of alternate fire. Because as of right now, you don't need to aim in order to do damage with Winston. You just gotta point in the general direction where any freaking buddy is, and it just splashes everybody. And it's not great amounts of damage, but I think he definitely needs an alternate fire because he does such little damage. Maybe like a charge shot, like Symmetra, that'd be pretty cool. Like he charges up a ball, I don't know, fires more out the clip, just like I don't know, just something like that. Maybe a charged Winston shot does a little bit more damage, but also takes up a little bit more ammo. I think Winston's ultimate is one of the more highly underrated ultimates in the game. While it doesn't do great amounts of damage, it does stall the enemy team for a really long time, because you can't really focus down Winston when he's in Primal Rage. You're just going to end up wasting potential damage on Winston, who's just going to soak everything up. But it's not used, it shouldn't be used to wipe an enemy team. It should be used for stalling. Like, let's say your whole team dies. Let's say three members of your team die, and it's generally like a 3-on-5 or a 3-on-6 for the point. If Winston ults, that's pretty much guaranteeing that he's going to be alive for at least another good like 15 seconds or another good amount of time. All right, and if he ults, the other team is going to try to focus fire Winston down, but his health is way too high to be dealt with easily. And then that gives your teammates time to respawn, come back into the point, charge their ultimates, and then you're still going to have Winston there because he's not going to die. Well, I mean, if they focus fire him, yeah, he's going to die, but it takes a really long time to kill a Primal Rage Winston, alright? I mean, fuck with me, he's Harambe, okay? So I don't think that Winston's ult needs to be changed. He could get a lot of environmental kills with it, honestly. I think Winston's ult is fine the way it is. So I don't think, yeah, it doesn't have to be changed. I do think that his health needs to be changed, not higher or anything. I just think Winston should have a little bit more armor on his side. I mean, that's not going to help so much, but I mean, it helps. He's really squishy after his bubble goes away. So there you have it. That's my analysis on Winston. Those are the potential buffs that I'd like to see. Let me know in the comments if you like these suggestions, and also suggest some of your own, maybe something that I missed while analyzing Winston. But come on, we gotta stop hating him as a community. I mean, he's freaking Harambe, man. He's been through enough. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to watch more content from this channel, and yeah, like and subscribe.
Someone save me.